Hey, good morning. How are y'all doing? My name is Karen, hence the title Don't Make Me Ask for Your Manager, because apparently we do that. Though I do have the wrong haircut for that. I just have long hair, always up in a bun, because I don't like hair on my face. And I'll just cover that with this hat. So, I fell through the rabbit hole. Or actually, I followed the white rabbit and, you know, everything went down from there. So, and this rabbit hole has all to do with crochet and yarn. So I watched. I've always wanted to learn how to crochet, and I never got the hang of it. And about 4 or 5 months ago, I watched a YouTube video, and I think that was by Hooked by Robin, and the way she shows how to do things just clicked. So since then, I watched a lot of her videos, and I also watched. Then I started watching do-it-yourself fluffies to uh, to learn how to make amigurumi. And then I started watching Tina. She is an Icelandic crocheter who taught me how to do mosaic crochet. And I started then watching Crystal from Bago Day. And oh my goodness, everything went downhill from there. So this blanket actually is still a work in progress. It is mosaic crochet. Um, it's kind of like an as you go thing. I found some like free little uh, patterns for like just a design on Pinterest, and just took little bits and pieces from that, and a couple of things I designed myself, um, like this stripe and these kitties. Uh, but most of them are a little bit of free patterns that I just all combined and made a blanket with. I just have to finish a border and a lot of work, but oh my goodness, I loved it. This crochet thing is so good for stress relief. So how it actually went south is because I started hoarding yarn. And this haul that I'm showing you is actually what I did yesterday. I went to a couple of local thrift stores and consignment stores. I like to, if I can, I like to use some used, you know, that people don't want anymore to incorporate it in making nice things. So this blanket actually I used. It's not super soft, so it's not something you just want to. It's more decorative than anything else. There's a lot of vintage yarn in it. Some a little bit of new because I couldn't find colors, but there's a lot of yarn in from like the 80s, early 90s, all uh, kind of like the Red Heart style yarn, just cheap acrylics. Um, but it turned out I love it. I love it. I'm, to be honest, a little proud of myself for accomplishing this as a beginner, crocheting. I started this blanket like I think it was the end of January. So um, I must say I'm doing pretty good. And crochet this hat. So I've been crocheting hats now too. Um, and I'm really, really enjoying it. This is like a smaller project you just can take along with you to wherever you're going. The blanket, not so much. Um, okay, so I will show you what I got. I actually went to like several different, stores in my local area. Um, so Goodwill is one of them. Actually, I went to two different Goodwills, and then a Salvation Army store, and then like a local, uh, thrift store, and then a couple two consignment stores. Okay, let me show you. So I don't know. Some of them things were in bags, so I don't know the exact price of some of the loose stuff, but everything was fairly cheap. So I do have to say I found this yarn. It's I found it at for it's like $2 for this Hank, and it's uh, from Kramer Yarns, and that's like an American like spinnery, and they are in Pennsylvania, and it's 99 cents wool, and it's a really really pretty color. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I don't think it's going to be like a wearable. It's a little rough for that because it's wool, and I sometimes get a little scratchy from that. But I will figure out something, when the time comes to make with this. But the color is gorgeous. So, and this is an expensive yarn. I got it for $2. This is normally like almost 19. Okay, that's that. Okay, and so I found this blankets, or whatever it's supposed to be. I got this at a consignment store. Um, Actually, somebody did a pretty decent job. Uh, they never finished it, uh, like weaving in anything in, and there's a couple of flaws in there. But why I got this is because this is a lot of yarn, and I am just gonna take this apart and just recover the yarn and just make something else. So, and I think I paid, this was on clearance at the consignment store. I think I paid like maybe $1 for it at the most. So, a lot of yarn for $1. And this is just like the acrylic, like the, okie dokie, that was that. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, I found this ball of yarn at consignment store for like $2. This is like it's from Yarn Bee, and uh, it's 97% acrylic, 3% polyester, bulky weight 5, and this is kind of like homespun, but this is a pretty purple, and I figured I'll make a hat or something like that. So I thought it was a pretty good deal. And and the nice thing about like thrifted yarn sometimes is it's stuff you can't get in the regular stores anymore, like in the hobby stores. Okay. And I found this one in a bag, so I probably paid maybe $1 for it at the most. Um, this is a Red Heart Super Savers, and this is like a flag yarn. Normally they go around $4, and I really like this color, so I was like happy that I found this. So probably it's going to be hats or blankets or something. But I really like it. Okay, next up. So this was a little pricier, but I got a good deal on it. So I found this at a thrift store, and it is a bag with two hanks of this. Oh my goodness! It is an acrylic nylon, and it is sparkly and pinkish, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Uh, it's made by, it's called Flash, and it's made by Newton's Yarn Country. So I'm not sure where they're located, but it looks like an American. Yeah, it's an American company, but this is some expensive stuff. There's a lot of yardage in there too. It's like 1,900 yards a pound, and this is half a pound. So, like, this is 950 yards. It's absolutely beautiful. So, got these two for $4. The regular price would be for both of them would be about $40 or $44. So I think that's gorgeous. And I think this is really thin, so I think it would be nice maybe for a shawl, or maybe to crochet this as like a double strand that's with something else, like a strand of this and a strand of something a little thicker, and have this just kind of like at the accent. It's pretty, it's sparkly. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make yet, but I'll figure that out when the time comes. And Then I got 2 stool bowls were in one bag, and these are kind of like the speckled acrylic, grade number 4. Not sure what brand. There was no labels, but I like this mustard, and I like this. It's kind of like a wine red, so it will be something. Love it, even combined. And that other one from Red Hot that I just showed might be good with this too. So score. And I think this was like in a bag. No, these are in the bag by himself for a couple of dollars. Okay. And in one of those bags, I found this is like a. This yarn is an absolutely. I guess the lighting doesn't do it justice, but it's an absolutely dark purple, like mix. It's a little bluish, sometimes a little bit more pinkish, like a wine purplish. This is like a Rowan style yarn. It's pretty even though, but yeah, it's a Rowan style. I'm not sure what material, and it's only like a little bit, but I think as an accent for something would be really great. So I don't mind like uh, the smaller bowls. So because they're really good for accents, and I also do amigurumi, and sometimes you just need a tiny little bit of some color. But this was so beautiful. I was like, I'll find a way to use this. Then I found this one, and I don't know, what year that is. It looks really 70s to me, but who knows? It's called Craft Starter, and this is basically 100% recycled polyester. Um, little, it's actually not super scratchy, but it's really, really fluffy. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make yet, but we'll find something. And I do like the color, and it looked like an interesting yarn. So I just wanted to also have a look at it. Okie dokie. What's up next? Here's like a heavier weight in it's like an dark olive green. It's a little rough. It might be one of those that get better with washing, but it might be good for like a little basket, or maybe like a pot cover for plants. That might be good too. So, and it's a decent amount. So I would say, yeah. In one of the bags was this, and it feels like Karen Soft or any like that in a pretty lilac. I know I will use this. Might be a hat. Feels soft. Then I found this bowl of, it's like a thinner acrylic, uh, maybe like a sport weight or so, like a 2, maybe even a 1. But it's it's actually softer than I thought it was going to be. So in this aqua color, the color doesn't really quite come out well on my on the lighting. So, but it's pretty good. And then there's this yarn. This is, I think this is a chain spun, and I've never heard of this brand. It's called Langyards or Longyards. Let me see if I can find a country of origin. This is made from wool and alpaca and a little bit of polyamide. Oh, it's from Switzerland. So I just found that. So, but this colorway is pretty nice. It's like a kind of like a steel grayish to a little bit more bluish and a light gray. So, and it's actually pretty soft. So it was interesting. I like really finding, the unusual stuff. And then this one was a good one too. So this yarn is made in Italy. And there you go. It's cotton and wool, and super soft. 105 meters. So it's about 115 yards. And it's like a kind of like a purplish blue with white, and got a kind of a really light fuzz around it. So, but it's real pretty. Oh, the brand. And I found this one. This is Patton's Divine. And it's like, oh my goodness. This, it's soft. It's soft and it's pretty. It's acrylic with mohair and a little polyester. Not sure what year this would be made. Um, and the color is called Halo Blue, and it's 142 yards. I think this would really go if you kind of run it with something. But yeah, I found that too. Pretty. And then I found this one, and this was by itself, so I know the price. It's probably about 40 cents because it was on clearance at the consignment store. Moda Dia Dream. It's made by Coats in Italy. It's really soft and got a little bit of it's a little uneven, but you know, I kind of like that. This would be a good like trim thing for a hat or so, or maybe like a cuff for a glove. It's pretty. I like it, and it's made of. Let me see what it's made of. Nylon and acrylic, but super soft. Found this light aqua color stuff, and this is just your regular old cheap acrylic. So I'm not sure what brand, no label. Might be Red Heart or anything like that. But I will use this. Pretty good. And then a little bit of cotton. No labels, but some kind of like a grayish blue and some brown. That will be used for whoever knows what. And I found this one. This is, I think it kind of feels like cotton, but it's a variegated, like pink, purple, super thin. I don't know if this is a sock yarn or something. Feels real nice. This is like an aqua and pink and purple color. And there's quite a lot of it. Somebody caked this up, so no label. Too bad, but it's pretty. So then I came into, one of the bags was this, I'm pretty sure this is acrylic. Just like an off-white. And it came with knitting needles. Do I know how to knit? Absolutely not. But that might be a challenge to learn how to knit. Some other yarn with like little dots. It's like a burgundy, like a nice, wine color. It's enough. I'm pretty sure it's enough to make something with. And otherwise being an accent for something. Or maybe go together with something else. But it's pretty. And I just found like another bag. There's something I probably already pulled out of this, but here's a bag with like some random acrylic. It looks to be all number 4. Pretty colors. Some of them is actually pretty soft. I think some of them are like the softy, like Karen or something. So this green, the lighter green, it's not. That is a little scratchy. That's like just an older Red Heart. But this would be really good in starting making granny squares. So I learned how to make granny squares and I love doing them. And it would make such a pretty project. Then I'm done with that. Okay. And okay, got one more bag and that's it. And this is just some smaller bits of yarn I found at one of the thrift stores. And I think this one, it's like a green variegated. It looks like like hand thin as thick and then thin, and but it's pretty. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but you know, it's $1, and I don't know. It might be a handspun yarn too. Who knows? But it's pretty. And then this ball of it's kind of like a fuzzy yarn with gray, blue, white. Also pretty. And then this hank that is like a mixed fiber, polyester and acrylic, super soft. It's pretty thin. But I like the color. It's kind of like a muted purple burgundy. It's called Festival with mixed fibers. Yeah. And then what some people consider yarn from hell. And it's not my favorite to work with, but I have a purpose for it. I found a little scrubby, the white and light green. And this is enough to. I want to make something for the kitchen, like a scrubby for doing dishes, or make like a washcloth, so you can basically exfoliate your face. Either way, I picked it up because I knew I was going to make something with it soon, because that's how I roll. Another little ball of some kind of fuzziness, pretty pinkish, a lot of like eyelash things on it, but it's pretty. Make like a nice border for something. And then a nice pink. It's pretty thin, but I don't know if it's cotton. It feels like cotton, or maybe it's like a cotton bamboo blend. Can be too, but I like it. It was 50 cents, so it's pretty good. And then, I guess this is the last one. This is also like a really like uneven yarn, but it's pretty. It's fluffy. Would make good trims for stuff. So this was a little bit, for secondhand yarn, small roll like a buck, but probably worth it. So I think I scored pretty good, and I got a lot of interesting yarn, and kind of like it. I sometimes also buy new yarns if I need a specific thing, but I like to go thrifting and find like unique yarns or things I haven't seen before, and also just for things to try, and also keep things out of the landfill, especially usable things. Just need a little coffee from all this talking. This is more talking than I ever do. Good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go pick up a crochet hook, and I'm gonna actually work on a couple of things. And yeah, I think that was it. But I got some stuff to work with. Well, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. And you have a nice day. We'll see you later.